And Queen Camilla was treated to a 41-gun salute on her first birthday since the coronation yesterday, but not all her family were as keen to mark the big occasion. Notably absent from acknowledging her big day were runaway royals Harry and Meghan, who failed to announce even a courteous birthday wish. Let's not forget, of course, that Harry viciously called Camilla his wicked stepmother in his disgraceful tell-all memoir, Spare. The Sussexes, meanwhile, also gave the silent treatment to Meghan's dad, Thomas, who celebrated a 6th birthday today since he last spoke to his estranged daughter. So what do you think? Will Harry and Meghan regret cutting off their families? Down at gbnews.com. Vote in our poll at GB News on Twitter. But to duke it out now, former congressional staffer, an expert in transatlantic affairs, Lee Cohen, royal scoop-getter at The Spectator, Kari Kennedy, and the social commentator, Amy Ansell. So, Kari Kennedy, this is a mistake, isn't it? At the very least, you should acknowledge your family birthdays.
Yeah, Dan, I do think it's rude, and I do think that it's particularly rude because the royal family always go out of their way to celebrate not only Meghan and Harry's birthdays and different things like that, but also the kids, Lilibet and Archie. But I'm definitely not surprised about this. I mean, you just mentioned Spare when he called her the wicked stepmother, but not only that, throughout the entire book, I personally think that she was the person that came out the worst. He called her dangerous, said that she was willing to trade information about him, and even said that she was willing to sacrifice him on her personal PR altar on the way for her to become queen. So I'm definitely not surprised about this, but it doesn't look good.
No, indeed. Lee Cohen, is the American reaction actually now turning against Harry and Meghan, though? Because the thing is, most Yanks actually love the royal family, and they think it's important to recognise the Queen at moments like this.
Well, I think it's been turning for some time, and I think, Dan, that they really had a triple whammy because clearly after Spare, people on this side of the Atlantic don't like dismissing your family and criticizing your one's family any more than on your side of the Atlantic. The British public are known for its deep-rooted affinity for tradition and its beloved monarchy, and we Americans find the Sussexes' appalling behavior just as repellent as our British cousins.
Amy Ansell, this was bad form, wasn't it? Surely even as a, what do you call yourselves, a member of the Sussex squad? Oh, I know a lot about them lately. Surely even as a member of the Sussex squad, you think this is a bit crass?
Well, Dan, we don't know for sure if they didn't wish Queen Camilla a happy birthday. They removed themselves from social media over 3 years ago now. So even if they were to wish her a happy birthday publicly, that would have been done on social media most likely. But as you know, better than ever now, how vile social media can be, unfortunately. And it's completely understandable that they took themselves off 3 years ago. So there might have been a phone call. There might have been an email. We just don't know. Okay. We don't know what went on behind closed doors. So it's
Kari Kennedy. Oh, yeah, Lee, you come in, Lee.
I think that's rubbish because everything that Meghan Markle and Harry do is planned out, and all messages, and they do everything for a reason. So if they didn't wish Camilla, the Queen, a happy birthday, it was deliberate. It wasn't because it simply didn't come out on social media.
But how would they have done it? And then, therefore, how would we have known that they wished?
Well, they've got a website. You can release a statement. Kari Kennedy, can you just update us, though, on what the situation is in terms of the personal contact at the moment between the Sussexes and the royal family? Because from what I'm hearing from my sources, there's virtually no contact, and certainly no contact between Harry and Camilla, or Meghan and Camilla.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I've been hearing too, especially with Harry and his friends, his kind of closest friendship group that he obviously grew up with, and they were kind of a band of brothers. I know that there's certainly no contact with them at all now, and the royal family as well. But I don't know if you've heard the same, but I've heard reports of Meghan and Harry taking some time apart from each other. They came out today, I think, in the American media. So I think now
do you think that's true?
been official reports of kind of, they didn't use the word separation, but taking time apart from each other. We'll start to see how these failed relationships will really affect them, because right now they need friends and they don't have any.
Amy, do you think that's true, Amy?
Well, we don't know for sure if they don't have any. I mean, obviously they have Doria there in LA, in the US, supporting them. And obviously we know how close they both are to her. And we don't really know about their close circle of friends in the US. So they probably keep them quite close to them. We don't know much about them, but we know the expression blood is thicker than water. It's actually the blood of the confidant is thicker than water of the womb. So ultimately, if they have very strong friendships in LA, obviously, that is, I think, replacing the family bonds of their UK relatives.
Fair enough. But you know what? You cannot replace family, ever. Amy Ansell, Cara Kennedy, Lee Cohen, thank you all so much. But who do you agree with on this? Will Harry and Meghan eventually regret cutting off their families? Elaine writes, even if you don't get on with family, it's family. Who knows when you need them in the future? Be magnanimous. From Susan, they'll probably regret it, although not out of a bad conscience, but out of regret for the consequences to them. And Joe, via the email, they might not realise it now, but everyone comes to regret losing their family. Life is short, and your verdict is now in. 72% of you agree that Harry and Meghan will eventually regret cutting off their families. 28% of you think they won't.